Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Casey Rains. I'm one of the hosts here at Operation Common Sense. I hope you guys are all doing good. It's been almost a month since me and Matt were hanging out. Just want to remind you guys to go ahead and do the whole like, subscribe, comment, voice your concerns, whatever you're into. Uh, I'll let Matt say hey real quick before we get started. We've got some off the cuff stuff to address today. Go ahead.
Hey guys, I appreciate you listening. Yeah, this is just going to be kind of a an unscripted podcast.
Yeah.
That's what
Which
this
is
is.
dangerous.
I mean, we typically we come up with certain topics that we want to talk about, but today Casey's just back from doing his thing, and I'm getting ready to go on a vacay tomorrow up to New York City for a week. And I'm like, man, I put some topics together, and then I was like, you know what? Let's just go on like an hour rant.
Yeah, yeah.
And so my wife listened to our first episode.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Funny enough, my 14-year-old's been listening to it as well.
Oh,
Uh,
gosh. Hopefully they're not making your kids less smart.
no, but my wife is like,
His kids are like wicked smart, so.
I was like, oh, it's really good. Here's the only thing that I really don't like.
Oh, here we go.
And I'm like, oh, okay, what is it? It's like, you guys you get on a rabbit hole, and then before you actually close that one out, you pop off to another one.
Yeah.
And you guys are just kind of all over the place. And I'm like, well, it's hard when you're sitting here talking and you're having this conversation because all these thoughts are going and you just tend to like jump from one to the other to the other.
Yeah, and one word can trigger.
It's like a free flowing conversation. But yeah, I mean, so far, all the feedback's good. I've gotten some text and so forth and so on. So today we're gonna talk about a few different things. We're gonna start off. This is actually one of Casey's ideas, and I'm gonna let him kind of run point on this here and kind of see where it goes. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you, how I'm gonna feel about this one yet. So I'm gonna wait to see.
Yeah, you might actually watch us argue in real life.
Yeah, I mean, one of the few times we actually may have a disagreement. But so I'm gonna let Casey take it. We're gonna talk about the thank you for your service
The phrase that,
phrase,
yeah.
I guess you could say. So Casey, run with it. Tell me what your talking points are, and let's see where we go.
I've heard this kind of aired as well over time. I didn't do anything by any stretch of the imagination like extremely important necessarily in the historical context of life when I was in the Coast Guard.
Well, you showed up,
Yeah, I showed
right?
up.
I mean, and that's enough.
Yeah, and I made that choice, and there were sacrifices for my family, but anybody that's had to make a choice, you did the same. You decided you wanted to give back to the world and, you went overseas and did your job. My time in the Coast Guard, I would often get, thank you for your service, whether I was in uniform or somebody would like figure it out. I think from being in that world, the people I met and the people that I was around, I saw some guys that were really sacrificing, if that's the word you want to use, and doing some jobs that were like really hard. They saw some things that were miserable, right? So when people would say it, and I think a lot of service members will relate to what I'm about to say. When people say it, you feel kind of like unworthy, almost like imposter syndrome. You're kind of like, thank you, but there's always like a but. You're like, you don't really get it. Like, there a lot of my time is filled with I'm actually with my family and I'm actually, I'm in the community, I'm doing stuff, but this is kind of an opinion I've formed on my own over time. So we had World War I and World War II, and then we have Vietnam. So wars one, two were global wars. And there was a sense of duty, like among Americans, to go stop the issue. One was a Nazi regime that was trying to take over territory. So most of that was not televised, right? I mean, the government was in control of everything. Like they said what was going on. There was really high morale, right? Those guys went and did their job and they kind of came back home, started businesses and lived their life. Well, we hit Vietnam and it's this political thing. They're worried about Southern Vietnam becoming communist, which will affect all the other Asian countries. And that was a big, big threat to us, right? So we insert ourselves. Here's where my, I guess, hang up with thank you for your service comes into play. Those guys that had to go to Vietnam,
Mm.
a mass majority were drafted.
Yeah, draft right.
So that is a huge wedge. When you say thank you for your service to a guy that's like, this is what I want to do, like whether it be the glory, it's not the money, or whether it just be whatever, I don't know what else to do with my life, or I want a free college education or whatever it is. None of those things are bad. That's, it's part of the gig. Telling them thank you for your service has a certain weight. But telling a guy who wasn't even capable of thinking about going to do some extremely, well, I mean, like evil things to win a war, a political war, my hat goes off to those guys in a much, much heavier sense. So these guys didn't have the choice. They had to go to war. Thank you for your service to them is a whole different ballgame than, hey, I'm going to try to advance my political career. I'm going to do a little time here and maybe that'll help me in the long run. Like the motives were much different. So there's that. So that leads all the way up to, I'm almost done because I do want to hear what you have to say, but that leads all the way up to a current time. So we've had a lot of other engagements, and I'm obviously super proud of the service members that went over and did it. And I'm thankful for their service, obviously. But the military complex and the media and the customs and courtesies in America that are like, uh, thank you for your service. What has happened is they have, I don't want to use the word brainwash, it's not brainwash, but they've created this system of entitlement among people who worked in the military. And now these people that worked in the military have this, and it's not, I don't even think it's intentional, but they have this, I would almost say this like proverbial chip on their shoulder, like, well, I wasn't military. Like, you owe me this or you owe me that. And I disagree with that point. And I don't think that they even realize, like, when you're leaving the military, they like try to gas you up, like, dude, you're a veteran, man. You deserve, like blah, blah, blah. You should do this, that, and the other. But it creates like this, it's almost like this weakness in you. You forget that you're a person and you forget that you could, what you have without the military is enough, in the world. So that's just like a counter thought to the common thank you for your service. And so that's kind of where I've landed with all that.
Yeah, when you brought this up the other day, I was like, wow, I've never really thought about it.
Mhm,
To be honest with you, I mean, I would say that someone thanking you for doing what you do
mhm.
is like, is there a way of showing some appreciation for
Patriotism and
it's the sacrifice that you have, committed yourself to
mhm,
defend, our country as we know it, right? I get it to where some folks take maybe an entitlement issue to it
mhm.
of, well, on Veterans Day, I'm gonna go get my free breakfast and go hit all these free places and get free food all day, right? Because I served.
Or like an air of arrogance almost.
Yeah, I think in our day, we hear stories about Vietnam era soldiers and just like how badass these guys were,
Mhm,
right? And like there's no doubt like that legend lives, right?
mhm, mhm.
I think our kids will grow up and hear stories about folks that have done spectacular things in the GWAT era,
Mhm.
GWAT, the Global War on Terror, we call it GWAT, the GWAT era, and some of the stories that have come out about things have happened there. And obviously, technology has changed a lot of things. And I don't think I have a problem with thank you for your service because,
Mhm.
again, and I don't think you do either, right? I mean,
No, I tell guys if I know guys that have been in, even if I just meet them at the coffee shop, I figure out what they were involved in. I'm like, "Hey,
yeah,
man, thanks for what you did."
yeah. I mean, because it's a sacrifice,
Yeah.
right?
It's
And you
not
got to think about like it takes a special individual. Now, listen, I've known some real fuck ups
yeah.
in high school that like this is their only way,
Yeah,
right?
I was you're talking to one I
Yeah,
mean, I was
I
getting
mean,
down to some
these guys all went the Marines,
yeah.
and they are like, the worst Marines you could possibly fucking have,
Mhm.
right? But you send them forward, and they'll go.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And it may be because they don't know any better.
yeah.
Uh, they're just not smart enough yet.
Yeah.
But um, you know, it's a sacrifice to say, "Hey, I'm willing to step forward
Mhm,
and potentially, leave, everything I have behind."
mhm.
Family, kids, dog,
Yeah,
life, whatever it may be, to go fight a war, um, and potentially, pay the ultimate price for that. So my kids and wife can grow up in a country that is safe,
yeah,
or whatever it may be. So, for that, listen, there's a lot of respect, right?
yeah,
Because it takes a special individual, and some of these guys we were just talking about, like some of these special operations guys and so forth. These tier one units, these guys are professional killers,
yeah.
That's all
It's their
these guys
craft.
do is just train.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of these folks that come out of, like the Deltas and so
Mhm.
forth. These guys come out with MBAs out of Harvard.
Mhm.
They go run, successful corporations. I mean, these guys are sharp. These guys, they're not your high school flunky
Mhm.
that ended up over at, Paris Island somewhere.
Yeah.
These guys are trained killers, and
Mhm.
they think on the fly. They do things, and it's really cool to see that mechanism work because
Mhm.
the president calls on these guys to go do something, and to them, that's the highest honor. The
Yep.
commander in chief is
Mhm.
asking you personally, "Go
Mhm.
do this for me,"
Yep.
and that's pretty cool. And those guys are special individuals.
That's about all I had on it. I think what's happened over time is that there's been this situation where a lot of veterans, I don't think they even know they're doing it or they understand the effects of it, but they're like hanging their hat on it. And they bring it up in every conversation. And again, this isn't all veterans, but like it's almost like there's a disabling factor to it. It's like, no, dude, like that part is over. You have to let that go and go on, take what you learned and do other things.
Yeah,
And you don't get to like talk down on people because of
yeah,
some time you did in the military, you know?
yeah,
Maybe in a societal situation, it maybe gives you a leg up. There's like a lot of poison that goes along with that, and it's pumped into you. Like, I mean, it's like, no, man, you did. I mean, like you did that. You know, you deserve all this. And it's like, yeah, maybe you did, but like, if you go to get a job and a guy is better at the job than you, just because you're a veteran, I mean, you got to get as good as him. You know. And there's a lot of people that lose that. Not the guys you're talking about. Not the guys that are getting MBAs. It's
yeah.
like the guys that are like hanging their hat and just hoping that the world is gonna like fall to their knees over the fact that they went and did whatever.
Respect to all our veteran listeners. We appreciate you. And yeah, I mean, listen, let us know what you think. We're interested in hearing some other views on this.
Yeah. What I said is probably a little controversial. It might
Well, yeah,
it might be a rub to a lot of people.
yeah, you're a controversial type of guy. We're gonna go on a little rant here, and I specifically withheld a couple stories for Casey because
I'm dreading this.
I wanted to get his gut reaction to these things, right? Because if I tell him advance, then we're just not gonna get like the genuine aspect of of what this looks like. So I'm gonna tell you a story.
All right.
Okay. Obviously, Operation Common Sense, we're all about utilizing common sense,
Mhm.
right? So we're going to talk about some things for the rest of this episode that defy common sense, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, here we go. Uh, Rockdale County, Georgia.
Okay.
Okay, right outside Atlanta,
Mhm.
Conyers area, somewhere
Mhm.
around there. There was three black kids,
Mhm.
teenagers, like 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there. I think two of them related, brothers, whatever, maybe.
Mhm.
Show up at a veteran's house, Vietnam era veteran,
Mhm.
white guy. The three kids have masks on, they have guns.
They're
Okay,
armed
armed. Yeah, they fire a couple shots at
inside the home?
the house.
Okay.
They bum rush the front door, try to kick it in. This guy responds and kills all three of them.
Okay.
Okay, the facts of the story. Listen, one or two of them died on site.
The other one.
One or two of them died somewhere else, right? But either way, all three of them died.
Okay.
Unfortunate incident, right? I mean, you don't ever want anyone to lose your life. Police investigate it, justify shooting, right?
Mm.
The family of the two siblings, related kids, sues the homeowner, civil suit, for excessive force. The mom gets to court in
Mhm.
front of the Vietnam vet and the judge and says, they were only going to rob you. You didn't have to do that. There's two things here,
Mhm.
right? One, the excuse of, hey, they were only going to rob you. You didn't have to shoot them
Mhm.
is ignorant,
Mhm.
right? I mean, guns, mask, kicking the front door.
Mhm.
They're only going to rob you, so you shouldn't have shot them. The second thing is the court system.
Mhm.
The court system allows a suit like this to be filed and move forward, forcing this vet to retain an attorney and have to go to court in a legal battle because if he loses a civil suit, then they take his house and they take whatever assets he has, right? Let's look at the common sense piece of this. The fact that the mother, whoever says, "Hey, they're only going to rob you. You don't have to shoot them." Like, what bullshit? Like,
Yeah.
how about you control your kids? Teach them a better way. Like, this is
Mhm.
exactly what you get
Mhm.
when you go mess with certain people.
Yeah, if you touch a hot stove, you might get burned. I mean,
Yeah, it's silly. Like, I don't understand. And then the court system, like, who files this lawsuit? Like, there should be some type of judicial review in the court system to keep suits like this from ever going to court.
mhm,
Like, some judge should look at this and say, if the police thought there was any foul play, then he would have been arrested,
mhm,
right? I don't understand the logic of making this guy who is late 70s, mid 80s
mhm.
hire an attorney at a cost, go through all this rigmarole because three kids wanted to shot up his house and wanted to rob him. Like, this is just, it's a whole silly scenario, but it gets silly when the mom sues him for excessive force. Like, shouldn't he be able to sue her? Like, that's like him suing her saying, "Hey, you shoulda taught your kids better."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It defies common sense. Like, I just don't I can't figure it out.
Yeah, if what we're speaking on is common sense, yeah.
No one ever wants to get wrapped up in US court,
Mm-mm.
right?
Mhm,
And it's because you can go sue anybody for anything.
mhm.
And it costs you $100. And, like, there should be some type of judicial review to allow, frivolous suits to be thrown out before it ever gets to the expense of anyone.
Mhm.
Going forward. Because, like, you can go sue some whatever because, "Hey, you looked at me weird." Right?
Yeah, I was thinking, I mean, they could have not had guns and robbed him, gotten hurt on his property, and she could have still tried to sue him
Yeah,
with our current judicial system.
sure.
It it
Yeah,
it that's very possible, like, they could have done a injury lawsuit based on them getting hurt while robbing him.
yeah.
Let's
They
remove the violence
yeah,
element.
they ran off a broken ankle in a yard.
Yeah, yeah, so the
Yeah.
point being made here is that we're working with a judicial system that allows when people have bad intentions and they get hurt doing those bad intentions, the common sense piece goes away in order to allow for money to flow through that structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy, and I'm not diminishing the loss of life, I don't wanna skip the stone over that. I think that's important, and it's terrible that that happened. I don't wish death on people. I mean, like you said, I think unfortunately those kids, whatever direction in their life had happened up until that point, they didn't know that a hot stove is a hot stove, and if you lean against it, you might. I mean, you might get away with it 3 or 4 times, but one
Yeah.
day you're probably gonna get burnt. I mean, I've learned a lot of hard lessons. I mean, I've made tons of mistakes. I'm thankful I'm still alive.
I'll tell you another story, and this is an interesting one. So, some of a similar situation is that in California. This is now years and years and years ago. There was a, Army Ranger, retired, Army Ranger living out in California, in LA somewhere, and he had a run-in with the local gang, right,
Mhm,
street gang, violent street gang, and there were some words there,
mhm.
and, essentially it left as, the gang leader said, "Hey, we're gonna come back tonight and pay you a visit. We'll finish this conversation."
Yeah.
So, the Army Ranger kinda took that as a threat, right? So, he decided to throw a barbecue that day. Greatest story ever. He called all of his other, Ranger buddies that live around the area.
Yeah.
"Hey, come over to the house, bring your favorite sidearm,
Yeah.
and we're gonna grill out." So they came over, they grilled, they drank beer, and when it started getting nighttime, they all took defensive positions up around the house and in the house, right? And, when the gang came back that night, they lit them up, and they were sitting there waiting. And, yeah, those guys walked right into a hornet's nest, but it was kind of a funny story because, yeah, sometimes watch what you ask for, right? Because you might just
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, and so we were talking earlier, and I don't know if we're still wanna park on this, but we were talking earlier before the show started about justice and how we've come from the Wild West, and we're all the way over here now, but there's this common sense piece that's left in the middle that everyone overlooks. So it's like we were saying earlier, Wild West, I mean, you can think of any common thing. It's like, you didn't pay your bar tab, I'm going to kill you dead in the street.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe that's a little excessive, but now we're all the way over here to where somebody gets blinding drunk, doesn't know where they are, falls in your pool in your backyard, and you are liable.
It's your fault.
What happened?
Dude,
How did we get all the way tipping the scale that far over to where we go, bro,
Listen,
you shouldn't drink and walk around?
I mean, really, since Obama came in, maybe not so much under Obama, definitely under Trump, definitely under Biden. Like, we've gone to an extreme level of fuckery, I guess is all I could say.
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's like, okay, you and B, you like to take the kids to Disney World. You like Disney, right? Okay, let me run a scenario by you. Okay. Imagine you take the kids to Disney World and you set up a special princess party for them, right? Where you pay a little extra money, you get to meet the Disney princess, right? Imagine one shows up with a fucking beard. That's a dude dressed up as a princess.
Well, I'm pretty sure they just hired an openly.
Dude, that happened. It happened maybe 2 months ago. I saw a picture of this this guy dressed up as a fucking princess, greeting these kids, had a 5 o'clock shadow. It's a dude.
Dressed
And-
as a female to entertain a group of kids.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, if I paid for that for my kids and I saw that coming, we're gonna have issues.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want my kids to see that. Under Biden, remember there was a big nationwide thing where these cross dressers wanted to perform for kids, right? They would have these drag queens and shit like that, right? And it'd be like family event, right? Like, okay, so let's unpack that for a minute. So you got a dude that wants to dress up as a woman, and then that thing wants to entertain your kids. I'm the one on Facebook that says, "Hey, that's a little weird, isn't it?" And I'm the bigot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the bad guy. Now, here's my take on all this gender bullshit and everything else. If you're born a woman, female, then you're a female, right? Just because when nowadays, they have these kids that are 5, 6 years old. Well, they say they want to be a male. 5, 6 year old, they don't know, right? But either way, even if the female is 18, and all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to be Deborah, I want to be David. You're still fucking Deborah.
Yeah.
Like, I got news for you. You know what I mean? And like, you just can't change genders. Do what you want to do, right? Be whoever you want to be. Okay, that's not the issue. The issue is that, okay, you want to go be a tree, go be a tree. Like, I called the Social Security office, right? When Biden and all them, they were like, "Hey,
Can be what you want. Type.
yeah, whatever. Identify as I'm 65.
Ready for that retirement?
I want my pension." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, they don't follow the government.
Yeah.
Because they told me to go pound sand.
So
It's either you are or you're not.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're not, you're not. And that's just the way it is. Like, and I don't care. Like, if you want to go be a tree, go be a fucking tree. I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? But don't force me to call you a tree. Because I know you're not a tree.
Yeah. So that's where we hit on this a little bit. We always do like a pre-brief before we start. Like Matt, I try to have somewhat of an open mind. I'm not, what am I going to do? I don't want to force you into some box that you truly don't feel comfortable in, because I don't want you to force me into that box either. But what we have to do on earth as a human being, if you want to get like philosophical about this, like, and this is just very broad level. If you're standing in the sun and the sun is out, you can't look around a crowd and try to convince them otherwise, because all they have to do is look at the truth of what's happening. And that's what everyone on earth, humans, we call reality. And we have to exist in some form of reality, or we'll all lose a sense of anything. Nothing will be real anymore. And you talk about a confusing place. If this is the one reality that we all have, like, the sun rises, this is the thing we call Earth. This is where we're spending our time until we get canned and we leave. there are hard truths that you cannot change. It's not, you're not allowed, you can't do that because you can try as much as you want and it's not real. It is a make believe notion. You can write a book about it. Hey, imagine this world without a sun. Write it. But unfortunately, that's not real for us. We don't get to delete the sun. We don't get to alter the way a human being comes out of somebody else. I mean, this is the reality that we're given. You can't try to force a nation to just undo that. Can we accept each other a little better? Sure. There's always room for, there's always a little elbow room. But that doesn't mean that if I disagree with the reality that you try to convince me of, that doesn't make me bad. Just like you think you're whatever. That doesn't make you a bad person.
Yeah.
That's just what you're choosing to believe in. But I don't believe it, and that's okay. You know?
It's like the patients are running the asylum, right? It's like,
Yeah.
so here's the bad part. If you had 100 people, if you took them outside right now, you said, okay, look, it's sunny,
Mm-hmm.
right? 97 people would agree with you.
Yeah.
There's gonna be 3 of them say, no, it's not.
Yeah, because they're from Bermuda, where it's
Well,
never
no,
cloudy or whatever.
because they're
Yeah.
fucking idiots. That's
Yeah,
why.
they're goofballs. Yeah.
Right. Now, here's the trick question for you. Okay. Bobbitt. That got his fucking pecker whacked off by by the woman.
I don't know anything about that.
Raina Bobbitt.
Uh,
She cut her husband's pecker off while he was sleeping.
oh,
One, I don't know how you sleep through that. Right.
yeah, that's weird.
But 2, okay, so what is he now?
I mean,
What do you classify him?
I mean, he's unfortunately,
He got his junk whacked off.
yeah, he's still a dude. Yeah, I mean, I get it philosophically. What is he if we don't have that little piece of skin to identify him, like his little barcode? But okay, here I'll go into that for a second. Give him medication designed for a man, or give him medication designed for a woman. See what happens.
Yeah.
Because I spent some time in the medical world. I've spent long enough to know you can't just go prescribe. You can't go throwing pills, even if the person identifies and they've had all the hormone changes. There's certain medications that just aren't fit for you
Yeah.
because biologically you can't accept those medications.
You know, when they came out with people started using these pronouns, right? Everybody started changing their thing to he, him, or well, whatever. I don't even know what the fuck they are because I don't pay attention to them. We talk about this. Like, dude, if your name is David, I already know what the fuck you are.
Yeah.
You know, either that or your parents really, messed you up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need you to tell me. Do you ever remember growing up? Okay, do you remember any of your buddies? Any of your buddies ever come to you and say, "Hey, Casey, I feel like a girl today."
Not openly.
How about even secretly? Did they? Well, did you?
No.
Well, you had text when you were young.
Well, I lived with and without cell phones, so.
Yeah,
But no, I mean, no, that was not a huge conversation.
dude, I never heard that before. And I'm like, okay, so why all of a sudden are we so confused?
I mean, I have something that happens to me all the time, gender confusion. But wait, it's not my gender confusion. So think about my name, Casey. If
Yeah.
I send you an email, you've never seen me. What do you think?
I'm wondering what color panties you have on.
Right?
Yeah.
You probably think I'm a girl. I get called Mrs. Rains all the time in emails because they don't know. Guess what? I don't get mad. I don't care. I'm like, oh man, you called me a girl. I'm not gonna lose sleep over that.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm gonna make it. And sometimes I don't even correct them. I just let it roll. I'm like, hey, person thinks I'm a girl, whatever. I just need my taxes done or whatever the thing is.
I would have fun with that. I would
I
call.
know. I'm sure.
I would call him and like, hey, this is Casey. Hey, this is Casey. People are offended because you want to be, a rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
But don't force me to call you a rock
Mm-hmm.
because you're not.
There's a danger element to some portions of people accepting different realities than others.
Yeah.
And that's when things do get a little sketchy and you have to take a hard stance.
I'm just going to say this right here, and I don't know what people are going to say about this, but I'm going to throw it out there. Like, if you're a dude and you dress up as a woman, you're gay. I mean, there's no other fact to it.
Yeah. Unless you're dressing as a female who is attracted to females. But then I guess you're gay then too.
Yeah. That's a lot though. It's a lot to uncover. I mean, that's a wild scenario. What if it's a dwarf?
A what?
A dwarf. Is that person gay?
A dude that dresses up as a female?
A dwarf.
Dwarf that,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It's just a short one.
It's a short one.
It's a short gay.
Okay. That's if they're attracted to men. Genuinely, this is the first time I've cracked this open in my brain, which I'm sure a lot of the people that are gonna listen to this are like, "Yeah, because you guys are narrow-minded," and maybe I am in some categories, but I still gotta deal with reality, and I still gotta explain things to my kids at the end of the day, which
Yeah.
I've had to do, and that's a crazy conversation for a dad to have with his son. I never had to have those conversations with my dad. Like, that never like, my dad never had to sit me down and explain to me, like, "Hey, man, we live in a world where it is now, widely accepted and encouraged for people to be able to pick what they are."
For the first time, this a couple years ago, my oldest daughter came home and said, "There's a furry club at school."
Mhm.
I don't even know what that is. I was like, "What is a furry?"
Yeah.
It's people that dress up as animals and they act like animals at school. What? What? I'm like, okay, let me play this out. Um, I went to an inner city school in New Jersey. Um, I never saw anybody dress up as a cow or a horse or a pig or anything and come to that school. Yeah, you're
Uh,
gonna get your ass beat.
yeah.
They're gonna beat that furry right out of you. You're gonna morph back into whatever you were before pretty quickly. I'm thinking about like just kind of how baffled I am by even coming out with this question. But if my son or daughter ever came down to me and said, "Hey, I'm a dog," they're older than like 4, right? Because kids are like
Yeah.
whatever. But say they're in high school and they show up, dressed up as a dog, and hey, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to act like a dog all day. I don't understand. What would ever make you feel that way? I don't get it. Like I don't understand what the fuck's wrong with these kids because like we never felt like animals. Well, we were fucking animals, but not
Yeah.
like
In the truer sense of the word.
yeah, we didn't go to school like dressed as horses and hee haw all damn day,
Mhm.
and like I don't understand where that comes from.
One actually really weird thing to consider and, like, to think about is that our generation, like the one that we're currently in, like this whatever, we love to pretend like the social issues that we're having haven't been around for, like, thousands of years. Like, Greek mythology, all these these certain types of creatures were held in high regard. Like, if you like an Aphrodite or what like, if you could be like a man and a woman, like, you were held in, like, high regard, you know? So it's like, these problems, like, people are treating them like they're new, and they're giving them so much of their energy and time. It's like, dude, just like, okay, you're pretending to be an animal. Pretending is fine. Go do it on a TV screen, you'll get paid millions. But you can't sorry, like, you can't come to the grocery store and expect people not to gawk because it's out of the normal reality, back to the common sense reality that we live in. Like,
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
people entertain kids dressed in costumes all the time to be something they're not. This isn't like a new concept, but our media and our world loves to give like this insane attention. And I swear, I think it's to divide people. I don't know, but I'm like, I don't know why people can't like just crack a book open and be like, dude, people have been trying to be something they're not their whole lives, like whether they dress it or whatever, you know?
I think the powers to be, right?
Yeah.
Somebody is like, "Hey, I bet you I can, make these kids act like fucking animals in high school."
Hmm.
And like, no,
All you gotta do is tell them they can.
yeah, I got $50 saying you can't.
Hmm.
It's somebody somewhere
Hmm.
pulled the strings, and here we go. Now we got furry
I mean,
clubs.
I went through like a goth phase.
Did you?
Yeah, dude, I was hardcore, brother. Skateboarding.
Like, did you put the eye black on and stuff?
No, I didn't go that far. I wore, like, all black, like the big black Jinkos. But in that time of my life, I had this image of who I wanted to be and who I wanted to
What are
be amongst the
Jinkos? I
crowd.
don't know what that is.
It's like these big baggy, like, black pants. You'd wear, like, the chain wallet with them. It was a vibe, dude.
T-wallet.
But what I'm saying is, like, dude, okay, so, like, if all these people do want to be these things, and that's the way to
inside joke.
yeah, yeah,
T-wallet.
yeah, yeah.
I get you one for Christmas.
That one cuts deep. Whatever. It's just crazy that
Yeah, I gotta see pictures of that.
my goth days,
Yeah.
I probably got a picture somewhere.
Oh,
Not with me. Maybe no, we probably won't link it because that would take too long. I gotta find them.
dude, that would be worth it.
I mean, dude, Metallica, like, that was my days, man.
Yeah. Did you like paint your fingernails and stuff?
No, no, never painted my fingernails. I've let my daughter paint my fingernails.
No, yeah. I mean, that's just being a girl dad, right?
Yeah.
We've all done that.
Yeah.
But listen, we can get on this rabbit hole. Like, don't even get me started on sports nowadays, where they have
Right.
these hobby horses competitions. Oh, I saw the oddest fucking thing on TV. Karen and I were watching it,
Mhm.
and it was one of those things. This has probably been, I don't know, a while ago, a couple months ago. It's one of those things that you couldn't stop watching, right? It was the air guitar national championship.
There you go. It's a performance
And it was like it was weird because the audience was like throwing shit at him.
to try to get him to break character.
Yeah. And these guys are there like playing the air guitar, dancing around, jumping up and down, this and that. And I'm sitting there watching it like, who says, hey, Casey, you're fucking pretty good at that.
I bet you're not as good as my friend Joe.
You should go be a professional. And like, how do you judge that? Like, oh yeah, he hit all the notes there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. I don't understand this whole thing.
Yeah, that'd be funny. That would be funny.
And you see on the internet, you see these hobby horse competitions, fucking like the old stick horse.
The dangers of freedom. That's America. You're allowed to do whatever you want.
People are using like hobby horse competitions.
What is that? Like the thing you run around on?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fucking fake horse. There's the horse head.
Yeah.
And they're making jumps and they're all dressed up as like jockeys and they're.
I mean, I imagine if you're pretty athletic, you're a winner in that situation.
I'm just like, why?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It is weird. Here's another hot topic: biological males playing women's sports. Crazy that this is even a thing right now, right?
Mhm.
And it's like, the Olympics and everybody's wrapped up in this. Like, is it right? Is it wrong? When you start looking at this, one, growing up playing sports as I did, like sports is important. You learn how to work within a team,
Mhm.
and here's the thing, like you wouldn't want to play with a bunch of girls.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that wasn't ever anything that we were interested. Like we play baseball.
Yeah.
We don't play baseball. We don't, we don't want to play softball.
Yeah.
When I grew up, baseball's for boys, softball's for girls.
Yeah.
It's just the way it was, right? But now you get dudes that think they're chicks that want to play against, play in women's sports. And like some of these girls are taking some serious injuries.
Yeah.
There was a volleyball player took a brain bleed, right? From a biological male, spiked her in the face with the ball.
Yeah.
There's a swimmer here at Georgia Tech, like missed out from being an All-American.
Yeah. So it was
To a
she got
biological
7th place, and to become an All-American,
It's like
16th
Yeah.
is what qualifies you as an All-American in this.
She lost the All-American title to a biological male. So, yeah, I mean, to a biological male playing in a women's sport, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Right? It goes back to where, like, be what you want.
Mhm.
Don't force us to accept it.
Yeah.
Right? Keep your mental illness to yourself because really that's what it is.
Or start a league. If you want to have a trans league, start a trans league and see how many people show up.
Let's talk about what the core of this is. It's a mental illness.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Gender dysphoria, I think is what they call it, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
You're fucked up. So you got something wrong in your head. And women belong in women's sports, men
Yep.
belong in men. But think about it like get a biological male in a women's locker room.
Yeah.
No
No good.
It's no different than remember a couple years under Biden when they wanted to have males want to use female bathrooms.
Mhm.
Target this then.
Mhm.
Would you send your daughter in
No.
to a women's bathroom knowing that men could go in there?
No.
Absolutely not.
Especially not unmonitored. I mean, whatever. I mean, there's so many things on this, but it's completely unacceptable
Like-
to let somebody gain notoriety in a female sport. So just for the crowd's sake, I mean, I've had my lunch served to me in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu by a female.
Absolutely, me too.
So before anybody gets like on a high horse, this isn't the capabilities of male and female. This is just my opinion. I just don't know that in those sports that I do know, it's not acceptable. You
Well-
shouldn't be able to the levels of testosterone and what that does to muscles and the human body. It's a freaking superpower, and you can't go it's like lining up on a foot race with a bunch of people that don't have feet, man. Like, I'm not saying women don't have feet in this race. You see what I'm saying? I'm just like, it's not fair. Yeah, there's no common sense in it.
There's women's sports, there's men's sports, and there's a a universal sports like jiu-jitsu. I mean, first say I had this one, my first, my first stint at jiu-jitsu. We kind of did like they just call it the dragon drill, right?
Yeah.
Where you have like four people on their backs
Mhm.
and you rotate
Mhm.
from one to the other,
Yeah.
and you go until you win, and then
Yeah.
you take place.
Yep.
First person I had to wrestle with was a female,
Mhm.
right? Now I was 225, 6'2".
Yeah.
She's 5'6", maybe
Mhm.
120, 130 pounds.
Yeah.
And I literally thought like, okay, I'm gonna whitewash this girl. Like this is gonna be just in a way. Like,
Yeah.
I'm bigger, I'm stronger.
Yep. Not the case.
Well, I was bigger and stronger. I ended up about that. What I didn't know is she had 10 years of Muay Thai before her 5 years of jiu-jitsu, right?
Nice. Nice.
Dude, this chick got on my back, and she was like a fucking spider monkey,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get her off me.
Yep.
And I was sitting there wrestling with her,
Yeah.
and she'd go grab the arm. So,
Yeah.
and
Make yourself vulnerable.
around the neck, right? I'm
Yeah.
tucking the neck. Fly, she got me around the neck.
Yep.
The only thing I could do to try to defend myself, I elbowed her in the titty. That's all I could do.
Dude, you're that guy. You're the guy that takes the gold medal for elbowing somebody in the boob.
That's right. As like I was fading.
Yeah, you were trying to stay alive.
Because he was so going to sit at it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's all I had. That's all I had. And so, listen, we've all been there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah. It's not a question of capability. It's right and wrong. It's common sense. It's at the end of the day, man.
But that's an all gender type of sport,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Blowing
And
with
they
nails.
know. And so, okay, hold on. Here's a big thing. Females know when they go to compete. There may be female competitions, male competition. I don't know. But if there's a mixed competition, they have a say.
Yeah, they know.
They can be like, they're like, hey, I know there's men here. I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
I've prepared for this. I'm going to beat them anyway.
Yeah.
The people that have been swimming their entire life to prepare for one moment, they didn't train thinking, oh, there's going to be a testosterone filled shark in the pool with me.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way to train against that.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
That's not fair.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
For it to happen. It's wrong that any sports body allows it to happen.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that the left is like, no, it's okay. All right, so I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Here's a trick question for you. It's not really a trick question, it's a real question.
Duh.
All right. So you remember when the guy broke into Pelosi's house, Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband?
Mhm.
Remember when that happened?
I think so, yeah.
Do you think Paul Pelosi was getting a flesh hammer by that guy?
Oh, what?
The flesh hammer.
Do you mean, do I think it was his lover?
Yes.
I don't know that I know enough about it, but that sounds really specific. Almost like you know something I don't know.
Well, I mean, so I'm just gonna.
Didn't. Wait, why would he have to break in if he knew the guy? Wouldn't he already have a key?
Well, it was weird, right? It was a whole weird situation. I mean, and we never really got close to this. So I'm gonna just go ahead and use my intuition on what the situation is here.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that Nancy Pelosi has enough money and enough clout that she probably has some security around her house.
Right.
That you just don't go to her house and climb
Walk
over.
up in there, yeah.
Yeah, right. And it was weird that, I think if I remember correctly, when the cops showed up, they opened the door and like Paul Pelosi standing there, maybe with his shirt off, and a dude's behind him and like kind of holding on to him. But they're actually having a conversation. Like the guy's not trying to
It was amicable.
fucking hurt him or anything. Didn't look like it,
They filmed this?
It was like body cam from the police.
Oh, and the guy's just like giving him a bro hug from the back or something?
Yeah, yeah. And, Paul Pelosi said he got hit with a hammer. He didn't say what kind of hammer,
Oh my God.
right?
So wait, was Nancy home?
No, she wasn't.
Who called the cops?
I think Paul Pelosi did,
And he said B&E, huh? Breaking and entering?
I guess.
Oh, so your speculation, sorry, dude, I'm trying to catch up. Your speculation is that he had this guy over.
This is like a lover's quarrel.
Yeah. And
my
the guy
guess.
was making advances.
Well, no,
And then he didn't know how else to get him out of there?
I think Paul knew exactly what he was doing, right? I think this was like I think this was a lover's quarrel, like
Sure.
almost like a domestic.
Yeah, well, that's what
Yeah,
I've jumped to.
yeah. So here's my
I
question.
don't know.
Here,
I don't really think I can. I don't know enough about that
well, I
situation.
just painted the picture for you, so you know that's that. But here's my question to you.
Mhm,
Okay, if you know, obviously, if you're Casey, right,
mhm.
and now you have a choice. Okay,
Okay. Of
well, I'm going to give you choices here.
okay.
Okay, is more of a question like what would you do, right?
All right.
If
I hate this.
if you were if you were married to Nancy Pelosi,
Hmm.
you remember you know what she looks like, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I mean pull a picture up of her if you need a good visual.
yeah. I remember.
All right, so you're married to her, okay, or you're gay.
What are you asking? You want me to make a choice to marry her or be?
Well, no, you're married to her. Okay, so I guess the question is like, do you hit on Nancy, right, with your genitalia, or do you hit the other guy?
I'm gonna go for the female variety option
You're gonna bang Nancy? You got to look at her.
as her husband.
You got to look at her. No, like as you right now. Like, if you had a choice right now, young strapping Casey. How old are you? 36?
33.
33. Okay. Young strapping Casey. You got Nancy Pelosi. It kind of looks like Skeletor.
Are you asking me would I have intercourse with a male or a female in this situation?
I'm saying either it's going to be a male, right? And I'm not saying you got like, you don't have to be,
It's gonna be Nancy.
you can be the giver or taker
I know what you want
on
me to
the
say,
male
man. I'm
side.
sorry to break your.
But I'm just saying, like, if you had a choice, okay, and this is like, all right, it's one or the other. You can't have both. It's Nancy in her Skeletor type frame right now, or it's
Uh,
some other strapping guy.
I was waiting for you to say it. You exposed yourself. You're fantasizing about what this guy looks like.
No, I'm just saying, like, okay, so the choice is yours. But like, if you're Paul Pelosi right now, what are you thinking?
Taking the female variety.
You're banging Nancy.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Why are you about to tell me she's a man?
No, but you're hesitating.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'll double down on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You need to be an interrogator.
Do you put these things in an interrogation? Yes.
Absolutely. They put weird stuff in there to
Sexual
see what your
preferences.
heart rate's gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They do that. They ask weird stuff in those.
I don't know. I've never been interrogated. I don't know. I mean, what'd you get called doing? That's all I want to know.
I've never been hooked up to a lie detector. I've been questioned before.
Oh, I think I talked to you a little bit about this. So I was on Facebook.
Mhm.
Rare times that I'm not on Facebook because me and Zuckerberg got issues.
Right, right.
Because some folks just don't like to hear the truth, right?
Mhm.
Um, but somebody commented on a political post that said, "Are you still MAGA?" Right?
Oh,
Kind
yeah.
of like a negative way, and it made me think of like MAGA. Like what's wrong with making America great? Like what is so evil about that concept
Mhm.
that drives people crazy? Is it like where they have a Trump syndrome, right? Where people just
Mhm.
go absolutely batshit because of fucking Donald Trump. And um, I don't understand why people are like, oh, MAGA's a cult and this and that. Like, what's wrong with wanting your country to flourish and be great?
Yeah.
Like, why is that such a bad concept? I don't get it, right? Because people lose their fucking mind. And I'll tell you one thing here about politicians, even at your state level, right? And this right or left, this is across the board. These guys don't give a shit about you, right?
Yeah.
You go vote for your congressman or whatever, get him in office, and then try and call him,
Mhm.
right? And they don't call you back. They don't respond to you. They just want your vote. Like, so all these people, whether it be AOC or, whoever it may be, right, that are telling you exactly like how you should vote. These people are in it for themselves.
Yeah.
Like Donald Trump, as much as you love him or hate him, whatever, he didn't care about you. And here's the thing: the middle class of the United States has always been the stepping stone of this country.
Mhm.
They get shit on the most,
Yep.
right? And also, like, I saw a thing where somebody in Georgia won the big lottery last week or whatever.
Just a comment on the middle class. It's because they can't help you. If you're poor, they can help you, which gets them votes.
Yeah,
If you're rich, they can help you, which gets them votes. If you're middle class,
But
You're kind of just living your life, and there's not a lot of leeway that they have with you, and you're kind of an independent.
it's crazy that you listen to these politicians and they tell you what you should be thinking and what you should believe and what you should do,
Mhm.
and people fall for it. And these guys are just laughing. They'll laugh it all the way to the bank on you,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And it's like the January 6th folks. Now, listen, I think January 6th was an overreach of law enforcement, and I think they probably went and wrapped everyone up that possibly they could wrap up. But here's the thing: even if Donald Trump, it's up for debate, right? And the debate isn't whether he told people to go do this or he didn't.
Mhm. For their listeners, you're talking about when they stormed the Capitol?
Yeah, the January
Yeah,
6th. Yeah.
yeah.
So if Donald Trump told me to go storm the Capitol, or implied it, or if it was my own idea or whatever, I'm going to go storm it for Donald Trump, right? No,
Yeah, absolutely not.
fuck no. What am I going to go to prison for you?
Yeah.
Like, you don't give a shit about me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'm going to sit and rot in prison. I'm going to
Mhm.
catch those charges. It's going to affect my family. It's going to affect my well being, my income, whatever it may be, right?
Mhm.
I'm screwed.
I hope the listeners that are lean one way can understand what you're trying to say right now, because what you're saying means a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm screwed now personally.
Yeah.
So who am I going to turn to? Am I going to turn to Donald Trump
Yeah.
for help with my legal fees?
If you're putting your faith in a single human being, you're making a massive mistake.
These people don't care about us,
Yeah.
right?
We're too far removed from them. They can't possibly understand.
And here's the other thing: having spent enough time in DC around certain elements,
Mhm.
that power circle in DC flourishes. Whether Biden's in office, Trump's in office, Bush is
Yes.
in office,
Thank
Obama's in
you.
office, it doesn't matter, right?
Yep.
These guys understand that it's like lawyers,
Mhm.
right? When you hire a lawyer, you're looking for a real, like, hey, I want a lawyer that's really going to go fucking fight somebody.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
What you don't see is after court, these guys all go to dinner together. They fucking laugh at you.
Dude, I hate that especially the young generation, or extreme right or extreme left. This isn't even really pointed at any party or
No,
political. It's you've been fooled.
yeah,
You think that by denouncing our president, or by, like you said, the lawyer situation. Got news for you. He goes to lunch with the judge when the court case is over.
these guys laugh at you, right?
Yeah.
And
So,
you're taking leadership from Hillary Clinton or from Bernie Sanders or AOC or whoever. I don't care, right, left, center, whatever. These guys are using you as pawns
mhm,
because at the end of the day, you're just a vote for them
mhm.
and you're nothing more, right? If you need their help, hey, good luck. The check's in the mail,
Yep.
right? You're screwed. If you're doing shit that these people, what you think they want you to do, right? You're gonna face those charges. The guy that shot Charlie Kirk,
Mhm.
he's facing those charges alone by himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
There's no Democratic Party backing him or helping him get out of trouble.
there's no one
Or
gonna come get you now.
yeah.
Your fate is sealed.
Mhm.
The guys at January 6th, right? You did that, you know, regardless of whether you were told to, not told to, acted on your own, whatever the case may be, right? You're facing those charges.
Yep.
You're going to do that prison time. And guess what? Donald Trump's not answering the phone. That's the reality of it. So
This
this
gets
is
me to the whole, how you make changes in your country or your state. It's not done by denouncing other people, or causing a calamity in the middle of the street, or arguing with people. That's not how stuff gets done. We're lucky to have we've got a pretty good guy here in Georgia, one of our neighbors. Hopefully he's gonna be one of our guests shortly, but he's made personal contact with a lot of people. So whatever, there are good guys out there in the political system, but you have to understand what they deal with, and you're not special. That's the big thing. I think everyone thinks their opinion is so special, and
e-
they're so special. Like, you're
even if
not.
you have a personal relationship, let me tell you, their career is more important to them than you are.
Yeah. I mean, they have a job I mean, that's what they've considered their
That's
job.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bring this up because um, there's so much divide out there right now.
Mhm.
Like, no one can agree on shit.
Yeah.
And I just don't get it, right? I don't get to where, like,
Post day after 9/11
yeah, I mean,
versus
if I say something now saying that, hey, this counter's white,
yeah.
Oh, well, you're a bigot.
Yeah.
Like, whatever happened to
It's out
where
of control. You
yeah,
can't talk anymore.
whatever
Yeah.
happened to, like, "Hey, I've got my opinion, you got your opinion. We may disagree,
Mhm.
but I but we're still cool."
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you're free to feel whatever you wanna feel. I'm
Don't
free
endanger my family.
yeah,
Probably gonna be fine.
I'm free to
Yeah.
believe whatever I wanna believe. We can still coexist.
Yeah.
And you brought up a good point. Like, there's been a couple, maybe 3 moments in time, that I can remember, in the top of my head. One is, the day after 9/11,
Yep.
where we really felt like united as a country.
Yeah, there was no right and left.
No, we were hurt, right? We
Yeah.
were hurt,
Mhm.
and we took some damage, but as a country, we're gonna pull together. And it wasn't all this white, black,
Yeah.
brown, stuff.
Mhm.
We were all Americans.
Mhm.
The night that George Washington, George Bush threw out the fucking first pitch at the Yankees game
Mhm.
after 9/11,
Mhm.
still big moment in
Huge
baseball
moment.
history. Yeah.
Yeah. Huge moment. Yeah.
And then the night that Bin Laden was killed,
Mhm.
all the people celebrations breaking out at the White House and all
Mhm.
over the place, right? Skin color didn't matter at that time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we were all, brothers, sisters, regardless of skin color, religion. We were all Americans.
Mhm.
And we've morphed from that to where now wanting to make America great is now a racist term,
Yeah. Mhm.
and oh, you must be a fascist. It's, left versus right and socialist and blah, blah, blah. And why can't we all just like be fucking American?
Yeah.
And when you go overseas, like I remember the first time I went to Bahrain, I showed up at the airport there, and it's funny to see there's just flags all over the place.
Mhm.
People are patriotic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you look at a place in Africa, that country in Africa, and you give someone there an opportunity to come to the United States. Dude, that's winning the lottery.
We're
Like,
spoiled and bored.
yeah, we live in a great country. Like,
Yeah.
you literally can be whatever you want to be in this country,
Mhm.
right?
We
If
spend our time worrying about gender bathrooms.
if you put your
Yeah.
mind to it, you can do whatever you want in this country,
Yeah. Yep.
right?
Mhm.
You have all the opportunity in the world, regardless if you're black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, Indian, Asian, whatever it may be, right? You can go do whatever you want to do if you put your mind to it and you believe in it. When's it become so bad to be successful?
Mhm.
Remember, it was like,
Yeah,
oh, we
you
hate the 1%, and now college kids, we want all free college, free, free, free. Everybody
Mhm.
pay for me. Like, I was getting a story. The person won a lottery here in Georgia last week, big win. Congrats on that. But when I saw the post, everybody in there, "Oh, I hope you do the right thing and give away that money." Oh, you could give everybody
Yeah, 'cause
$1,000
he
and
already did give away the money. He played the lottery, which goes to taxes and school. He already did his part. When are
you
you
could give
allowed to?
everybody in Georgia $5,000
Yeah.
and blah, blah, blah. Like, when did we become a nation of handouts? Dude, this country was not built on a nation of handouts. This country was built on by a nation of immigrants
Mhm.
that came here for an opportunity to escape whatever they were trying to escape before.
Yeah.
They came here the right way, and they, you know what, they worked their asses off to achieve whatever their dream may be. And like, when did we ever lose sight of that? And now we want everything fucking given to us. Free college, free this. Oh, my SNAP didn't come. What are we doing? Like, take some
People
pride
don't realize
in who
too,
you
like,
are.
what that does to your relying on somebody. You are putting yourself in an infant's place when you decide to let a large faceless not nameless, but a large faceless entity provide for you.
Mhm.
You've reduced yourself back down to being cared for.
You know what happens?
You have to wake up and go, "Holy crap, dude. Like,
You, you know
I'm
what
human.
happens
I
when
can
you,
go cut this tree down and make a fire. I can get my like,
yeah.
you got to have that realization. There's no pride. There's no pride in being
Well, maybe that's
if
what
you
it is.
need it, if you need it, I get it. I'm not denouncing the entire, like, welfare system. Don't take that and run with it. But dude, there's got to be something where you stand up and you go, "You know what, man? Like, I can do this. I believe in
Maybe
myself."
that's what it is. There's
You
no
know?
pride anymore.
Yeah.
That
Like,
Listen, let me tell you something, okay, listeners. Again, I don't care, right, left, center, whatever. When you become reliant on your government, you become compliant to your government,
Yeah.
right? And for you 2A folks out there, when you become reliant on your government, you become compliant to your government. And remember that, because at some point, sometime in our lives, we're going to see the government try and take our weapons, take our arms, and take away our 2A, right?
Mhm.
And the way they're going to do it is, if you want your Social Security, if you want your SNAP, if you want this or that,
Got to give something up.
yeah, like,
Fall in line.
we'll give you this, but in turn, you give me that.
Mhm. I mean, for example, if you want to know how anything that's run by the government ends up, go look at some of the housing they provide.
Yeah,
Go look at some of the programs that they started and have just withered, and it's infected and it's corrupted,
yeah,
and now somebody's using it to pay off their mansion bill.
yeah.
You got I hate that I think we should table it and maybe even make it an entire conversation. It's just not.
Taxes. You love taxes.
Yeah, I like taxes. Yeah. Whatever, man. I can't we don't have enough time.
Listen,
But there's a lot of passion, and it's not a passion to denounce people using the welfare system. It's a good system in theory, but it's like, man, you got this. Like, you can do this. Find somebody, or freaking make a social media post. Hey, I'm in a low income area. I don't know what to do. Is there anybody out there? Have somebody, let's start blasting it. Whatever it takes. But like,
yeah,
yeah, if you're suckling on the government teat, it's gonna bite you.
yeah.
It's going to bite you.
Listen, we all have the power to control our own destiny,
Yeah.
right? You just have to have the willingness to do it.
Yeah.
And that's it. Hey, for Operation Common Sense, Casey, Matt, we are out of here.
Don't forget, like, subscribe, join the conversation, guys.
Send comments. We'll answer them. We'll address them. And
No conspiracy
we'll
theories.
go from there.
Just kidding. We might entertain it.
All right, listen, y'all have a great rest of your day.
Take care, guys.